Okay, guys. Today I will be showing you my project for my portfolio, and it is called puseletsomaraba portfolio. And what I'll be prototyping, it will be a sneaker company. So the first thing I will show you it is the prototype demo. Second thing is how I created this prototype, and thirdly, and the use case used for the prototype, meaning the user story and the acceptance criteria. So let's start with a prototype demo. Here is the demo. As you can see, puseletsomaraba portfolio sneaker company. Then I added the Hoover states for men, women, kids, and shoe library. Then this will be the selected option, shoe library. And here is a search icon and also a cut icon. When you click on next style, then you see there's an animation for the next shoe. And when you click again, then you see an animation for the third shoe. Then when you click back, again is the Nike shoe, and you click back again, it is the diesel shoe. Then here's the category, it's men's shoes. The name of the shoe is Diesel S Racer LC, and here's the price. Then we have the description of the shoe. Set on a gripped rubber sole, this men's 70s inspired sneaker has a nylon and hairy suede upper with an asymmetric toe overlay and unstitched panel edges that reveal pops of contrast. A vibrant epilogue D emblem accent the side. Then when you click here on the different shoes, then you see there is an animation that shows which shoe you have selected. Then I'm going to click the middle shoe. Then you see here's an animation indicator. Then you click again on the diesel shoe, as you see. Then it shows here, and also you can see the states on the top that you are moving from one shoe to the next. And here's an animation, as you can see. The shoe is animating. Then the user can click the size of the shoe. Here's the size 7, and they're able to add to cart. So as you can see, this button has a hover effect. When you click on it, it has a loading state. As you can see, there was a loading state. Then after the loading state, we have a pop-up that has a green icon to add it to cart. It shows you the shoe, the name of it, and it shows that it is a men's sneaker, the size, and the price. Then you can check out or view cart. Then when you close, then it shows that yes, this shoe has been added to the cart. So that is the demo. And let's go and check how I created this. How I created this is firstly I started with the logo, which is puseletsomaraba portfolio sneaker company. Then I had to start with the header container. In this header container, you can see there's a navigation header. Here are the components, men, women, kids, and shoe. Then let's check the main component, how they were created. Here are they. It is a text. So I added here a section for design system components. So for all this text for the header text, here I call the component header text. Then inside the header text, then we have we have variants. We have variant for default. Then we have a hover and also an active state. And to show you how I prototype this, then when you click on the default one, Then it goes to a hover state. Then it is a dissolve animation, gentle 800 millisecond. Then this is when you hover on this button. Then when you click on the hover state, here's the interaction. When you click on it, on click change type to active. This is the active state, and the animation is dissolve and it's 500 millisecond. And when you click on the active states, it will take you back to the default state, which is a smart animate gentle. That is how I created the header title component. Let's go back. Then here, these are just icons. Then for this one, as you can see here, it is two buttons I created in this one. It is called the switch. We have a left one, as you can see, and here's a right one. So they're all, I made it overlap. So here's one, here's the second one. So it is an overlap. Then here are the shoes. So in these shoes, we have 3 shoes, 1, 2, 3. And the reason you cannot see the third one, it is because it is clipped. This frame is clipped. Let's see. Okay. So here's the other ones. So I just clipped it here so it doesn't show. Let's see. Yeah, here's it. Here's the third shoe. When I will just close it by clicking the clip. Then on this one, on this section here for shoe information, I added the frame. Inside the frame, there's a text wrapper. In the text wrapper, there is a description. Here's the title, shoe name, container. And in this frame, it is the price. I'll just name it here, shoe price. Then we have our shoe price. And we have a shoe container here. In this shoe container, we have a line. And this line, I just rounded the corners and made the size of the line to 4. Then here's the shoe container. In this shoe container again, nested inside of this shoe container, here's the second container nested in. Then we have shoe 1, shoe 3, and shoe 2. I can just do this. I think it will mess up my design. So shoe 1, shoe 2, shoe 3. If you are going to recreate this, you can just name it accordingly. For me, because I've already prototyped this, I will leave it as it is. Then here we have sizing chart. In our sizing chart, here's description of container, shoes size, I meant to say. Here's description text, and we have a button. Here's a button shopping cart inside of this button and the name of it. And this button is a component. You can see by this diamond that it is a component. Then we have also a drop down. It is also a component. I will take you to that component just now. And here's a drop down, a down arrow icon. And all my icons, let me just show you where I get my icons. By material design icons, I find it is very helpful. Here's when I want the drop down, just say drop down. just say down. Then here it will give me all options that I want. Then I can take it and just paste it here. Just drag it, I meant to say. Then as you can see, it is here. That's how you'll get yours. Then let's go to this component for a drop down. Go to main component. This is how I created my drop down. You can see I put my elements in order. So when my projects get larger, then all my components are in order. So here's our drop down. First, this is our default. Then what I did, I copied this default and I made a second variant. Then in this second variant, it is for hover. And for hover states, what I will do is just add a stroke. So it has a stroke of 1. That is purple to maintain the theme of the design. Then I made another variant from this component. Then I removed the stroke. Then as you can see here, I just made copies of it and I wrapped it all inside of one container. As you can see, this drop down, it is one container. As you can see, it is one container. See, when you click hover, this one container, it has all these things inside. And we go back to the active, it is one container, and inside that container, here's one item. Then I added a line in this container. Then I added the first item, the second item, and the third item. They're all wrapped in one container. That's how you will do your drop down. Then also when you click one item, so I just made one an option for size 7, but when you do your design, you can make it for 8, 9, and 10, however you want to make it. So here's size 7. When you click on size 7, let me just, as you can see on the prototype, when you click on size 7, then it smart animates to this item. You can go back to the design. Then going back to the design, we saw the drop down and the cut. Another item that we need to address, it is the pop-up when you add to cut. And the loading state, did I show you the loading state? Let's go to this button just to see the main component. Yes, here's our button, how it was designed. Here's a default button, here's a hover button, here's the loading state button. So when we click on this loading component inside of this button, let's go to it, main component, go to main component. As you can see, I created, so to create that loading animation, you just from this component, then just rotate it. As you rotate it, then you create different variants. Then what you do is you create an after delay. After delay, let's see, 200 millisecond at least, then it can smart animate. Then you do it for all the variants. Then for the last one, so it continually does this auto animation. You say after the last one, then after delay to the first one. That is how you create a continuous loading state until an action is performed on the button. Then let's go back to that pop-up. So this pop-up, it is as you can see, this icon here, it means that it is an overlay. So this overlay means that once we have this loading state, then after the delay, let's see how much is the delay. After 800 milliseconds, then we can show that pop-up. Inside the pop-up, we have this icon, the green icon, the title, the picture of the shoe and the frame. Inside this frame, it is the titles. Let me just open so you can see the titles one by one. Here's the Diesel S Racer LC, the men's sneaker, size 7. As you can see, it is all showing every time I move. Then I created the buttons here. And once you close, I said once you close, then it can just show you here that yes, there is an item added to the cart. Here's the green icon. Let me show you through the prototype directions. As you can see, it shows you all the connections, how I connected the different screens, the different flow. And here's that loading state. When it is a loading state, then we have this after delay. So yeah, so that's how I created my prototype. Then for the use case, I created a user story. So here's the narrative. One by narrative, add sneaker to the cart. So now in your company or business, because you'll be, if you're in agile, then you will be designing phases as your process in phases. So in this phase, in this iteration, or you can go, some call it even an MVP. Then as an customer, I want to select sneaker type and size so that I can add the shoe to the cart. So that's your user story. And the developers want also an acceptance criteria. Then in the acceptance criteria, what you will do is given, this is the framework, then it is given, when, then, alternative flows or comments. Given the customer is on the men's or woman or kids or sneaker library page, when the customer selects a sneaker type, then present the user with the following: enable the customer to select sneaker size. Then customer selected or given customer selected sneaker size, the customer, when the customer selects add to cart button, the system, when I say present, I mean the system must present the user with the following: display a loading icon animation on the add to cart button. Number 2, display a pop-up message stating the item has been added to the cart. Number 3, cart icon should display a number of items in the cart. Then because developers will also want to know what is the alternative flow. So the alternative flow is present the user with display a loading icon animation on the add to cart button. And number 2, display a pop-up message stating the item is not in stock. So that was our use case for add sneaker to cart. Thank you guys. And if you want more content like this, it will help you in your business or your company. Please just add the comments below and ask for content that you would like me to run you through, because I'm a qualified business analyst and UX designer and also a data analyst. So please just write in the comments below the content that you would like to see or portfolios you would like to see.